Hey guys, thanks for checking out episode 6 of Player 1 Reviews. Today I'm going to talk about Valkyria Chronicles for the PlayStation 3. Let's take a look. Valkyria Chronicles is a tactical RPG developed by Sega for the PS3. Unlike other tactical RPGs, however, their combat, while still turn-based, gives the appearance of a third-person shooter. The setting of the game is highly influenced by Europe of the 1930s and 40s, even so far as to name the continent Europa. And instead of fossil fuel, all things in this universe use a mineral called bragnite, which can be used to make everything from weapons to medicine. The game takes place during the beginning of the Second European War between the Empire in the east, they play the role of the bad guys, and the Federation in the west. The Federation is more like a group of individual countries working together as allies, and not one giant superpower. You play the game as Welkin Gunther, son of First European War hero General Belgian Gunther. You are from the small nation of Gallia, who just so happened to have large deposits of bragnite within its borders. Very early on, you enlist in the Gallian militia and begin the struggle of defending your country against the Empire. I really like the story in Valkyria Chronicles for a couple of reasons. First and foremost is the fact that, unlike some fantasy tales, this game feels sort of rooted in reality. The circumstances of the war feel legit, probably due to the fact that they are based off of an actual war. Secondly is the characters. They are rich and very well written. All of them have their own personalities, and the game isn't afraid to highlight actual issues faced when a group of people are thrown together. Love, hate, old friendships strengthen, and new ones blossom, all during a time of strife for the people involved. As well, the deeper into the game you get, you find that the story isn't one thinly put together idea. There are layers upon layers that include discrimination against people of Darkson descent, political intrigue and betrayal, coercion on a grand scale, torture, and a history that may not have played out the way generations of people were told it did. Lastly is the detailed character backgrounds for even the smallest bit players. You end up leading a sizable force in Valkyria Chronicles, and for every character there is a personal history written that updates the more you use that individual in combat, unlocking more of their tale. Wait a second. This guy looks familiar. Where do I know him from? Valkyria Chronicles is a tactical RPG with third-person shooting aspects. The story is told via the pages of a book, supposedly written after the fact. It makes for a lot of cutscenes, and if you're looking for something with non-stop action, this isn't going to cut it. Personally, I found the book format to make for a nice story-driven experience. It allows you to flip back and rewatch previous footage and fight in the skirmish battles more than once. Your soldiers fall into 5 classes: Scouts, Troopers, Engineers, Snipers, and Lancers. As well, there is an Armored Division which takes the form of tanks. You are given an overview of the battle map with your positions and those of visible enemies laid out. Once you select the soldier you want to move, the game zooms into a third-person view, and each character has a set distance they can move based on class. You get 1 attack per action, and those also vary with class type. An exciting addition is the fact that your enemy can fire on your troops while you're moving into position. This forces you to stay in cover when possible, and keeps you from running into the heart of the beast guns blazing. On the flip side, your troops also fire on the enemies when they're maneuvering into place. In this style of game there isn't much demand on the controls, but they do feel good, except for some dodginess while aiming. As I discovered while playing Fire Emblem Awakening, having a cast of 20 plus characters can force you to level grind an exceptional amount to make up for lost experience to those not in the fight. Valkyria Chronicles completely eliminates that with one simple mechanic. Experience gained while playing the missions is spent back at the barracks to train your men. You level up by class instead of individually, which means that all of your scouts improve at the same time. This is very helpful after those missions when you lose a man to hidden foes. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to control your very own anime army?
Have I ever?
Ever seen a painting and think to yourself, man, it'd be cool if they started moving?
Oh, it would be cool.
That is how it feels playing Valkyria Chronicles. It's no wonder that an actual anime was launched after the release of this game. The characters are masterfully designed and drawn, and they move seamlessly on watercolor backgrounds that could just as easily have been hung in a gallery. When I'm playing a game, nothing can ruin the experience faster than a terrible soundtrack. Composer Hitoshi Sakamoto did a wonderful job making sure that didn't happen. The score of Valkyria Chronicles meshed perfectly with the rest of the game and never draws too much attention to itself by being loud, garish, or out of place. As well, I really loved the voice acting. Each character had their own personality, and it showed in the excellent work done by this cast of voice actors. Even with such a large cast, I couldn't pick out any characters that felt phoned in or repetitive. I really enjoyed Valkyria Chronicles and would give it a high recommendation. However, I know that it isn't for everyone. The slow-paced, story-driven gameplay, combined with the fact that oftentimes you're playing as a 16-year-old girl, means that this game is targeted at a specific audience. But I'm okay with that, because the product delivered is a tightly crafted masterpiece. There are many types of games out there for all variety of tastes, and for those of us wanting a slow-burn, story-heavy experience, Valkyria Chronicles is a must-play. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you liked what you saw, please comment and subscribe. Next time, I'll be reviewing a game that was suggested by one of our subscribers, so if you have any you'd like to see done, please don't hesitate to mention them below. This has been a Cartridge Bros production, and I'm Player One, signing off.